Hey everyone, ready to build a magical kingdom? Today, we're jumping right into Cover Your Kingdom. This is a quick start guide, so we're going to get you playing in just a few minutes. Right now, your kingdom is, well, pretty empty. But we're about to fix that. Your main job is to collect these awesome and honestly pretty hilarious magical creatures into groups.
All right, so what's the goal here? It's all about becoming the supreme majesty of magical might.
Yep, you heard that right. The ultimate goal is to have the most magic points when the game ends. You get those points by collecting creature clans. See, every creature card has a gem on it with a point value. Just add them all up at the end, and whoever has the highest score, well, they're the winner.
Okay, let's get this game set up. Don't worry, we're using the quick start rules, so this will be super fast. First things first, grab all those kingdom boards, tokens, and the crown, and just put them back in the box for now. We only need the cards. Next, go through the deck and pull out the 10 creatures for hire cards. You won't need those. Finally, give the rest of the cards a good shuffle, deal out 6 to every player, and pop the deck right in the middle. The player to the left of the dealer, you're up first. Easy peasy. All right, before you jump in, let's take a quick look at the cards in your hand. It's super important to know the 2 main types of creatures you'll be working with. So you've got 2 main types. On the left, we have a clanning creature. See that solid colored gem? That's its point value. These guys are the backbone of your kingdom. But then on the right, you have a wild creature. That rainbow gem is your clue. It means this card can join any clan you want. Super useful.
So what's a clan? It's simple. Just 2 or more creatures of the exact same type. Getting these clans into your kingdom is literally how you're going to score points.
Okay, basics are covered. Now for the fun part, let's actually play the game and build that kingdom. It works like this. On your turn, you get to take either 1 or 2 actions. And hey, you can even do the same action twice if you want. Let's break down what those actions are.
First up, and this is the big one, is the Settle a Clan action. This is your main way to get points on the table and actually start building your kingdom. So settling is just forming a new clan. You've got 2 ways to do it. You can play 2 identical creature cards from your hand, or you can use 1 creature card and pair it with one of those super handy wild creatures. Either way, you place that new pair face up right in front of you. Now pay attention to how you place them. Every time you settle a new clan, you put it crosswise on top of your old one, just like you see here. This keeps everything neat, but more importantly, it makes it really obvious which clan is your top clan. And why does that matter? Oh, you're about to find out. Because that top clan of yours is always in danger. Which brings us to our next action, recruit a clan. This is where you get to try and steal clans from other players. Here's how it works. You look at an opponent's kingdom, and if you have a card in your hand that matches their top clan, you can try to recruit it. You just play your matching card, or a wild creature, of course, and declare your attack. If they can't do anything about it, that whole clan is now yours. You just swipe it and add it to your own stack. But what happens if they do want to stop you? Because of course they do. This is where things get really fun. It's called a counter. To defend their clan, your opponent can immediately slap down a matching creature or a wild card from their hand. But wait, it's not over. You, the attacker, can then play another card to counter their counter. This can go back and forth like a tug-of-war until someone either gives up or just runs out of matching cards. And here's the best part. Whoever played the last card wins the whole thing. And I mean the whole thing. The original clan plus every single card played during that battle. Okay, another action you can take is to add to a clan. This one's pretty simple. If you have a card in your hand that matches your own top clan, you can just add it to the stack. This makes your clan worth more points and, a lot beefier and harder for someone else to steal. And your last action option is to discard a card. For 1 action, you can toss a clanning creature you don't want from your hand into a discard pile and then draw a new card from the deck. So you'll just keep taking turns, settling, recruiting, adding, and countering until the game ends. Let's talk about how that happens and how you find out who won. The end of the game starts when the draw pile is completely empty. No more cards to draw, but the game isn't over yet. Everyone keeps playing with the cards they have left in their hands. The game officially finally ends the second that one player plays the very last card from their hand. And once that happens, it's time to count the points. Everybody takes all the cards that are in their kingdom and starts adding up the magic value on every single gem. Whoever has the highest score is the supreme majesty of magical might. You are the winner. Just a few quick tips before you go. Remember, your top clan is always vulnerable. It can always be stolen. And this is key. Even after the main deck runs out, people can still try to steal your top clan. Nothing is safe until that very last card is played. Oh, and if you happen to tie on points, the player who has the most individual creature cards wins the tie.
And that's it. You now know everything you need to play Cover Your Kingdom. You're ready to get out there and start settling, recruiting, and fighting for your creatures. So what are you waiting for? Go find out whose kingdom will have the most magical might.